Hi, it's Alice. I am back with a market update for the Victoria real estate market for April 2019. So, I have the numbers for April 2019 for the Victoria real estate market, and the sales for 2019 in April are 696 sales that went through. In 2018, for the month of April, we had 774 sales go through. So that is roughly a drop of 10%, which is nothing to write home about, as far as I'm concerned. Now, for active listings, we are sitting at 2,751 active listings as of the end of April. And in 2018, there was 2,002 active listings at the end of the month in April. So that's a 27% increase. I think we all kind of knew that was going to increase. I've been watching it, we all kind of know. But anyways, what I looked into when I was looking at these numbers, I thought, okay, I know that it's fun to watch, year over year, April 2018 versus April 2019, but I thought, yeah, maybe some people want to know where it's come since the height of the market and the highest highs. Where is it in relativity now? So I went back to the highest sales volume in these past 4 years. So just so you have, you're taking the highest number to where we're at now. That was in 2016. It was 1,286 sales in the month of April. So if you compare 1,286 sales to our 696 sales, that's a drop of 46%. So if that gives anybody an idea who's wondering where have we come overall, not just year over year, looking at the small increments, that is from the height of the sales to now it's 46% decrease. And yeah, we were at 1,286 to 696. So if that helps at all. I will note though, I did look into all the general numbers for sales starting in 2006 to now. And if you look at the numbers pre-bubble, I would say, the numbers for sales in just April kind of hovered around the 700 mark. So if we're sitting at 696, dare I say it, we're getting to a level where, hey, the sales are kind of where they used to be, kind of balanced. So just to give you a point of reference, 1,200 was a lot for our market, and now we're back where we were kind of used to it. So that's what I found there. I did find there was the 3 year-over-year months of April that were 2011, 2012, and 2013. They were averaging around 550 sales per month for April. And those were notoriously low years. So if you were thinking, where might the sales go if they continue to drop, I would suspect that might be where they would kind of bottom out, as in the 550s. Just my thought on it, but I just wanted to give you a point of reference. Victoria, in general, this time of year, that's normally 700 sales a month. So, and active listings, 2017 was the absolute lowest inventory that we had in Victoria for quite a while. Like even back in 2014, I'm just looking at the numbers here, there was almost 4,500 properties on the market. So, at the end of April, we had 2,751 active listings on the market. It's quite a difference, so we were kind of used to having a lot of inventory. Even in 2015, we had like roughly 3,900 properties on the market. 2016, there's 2,500-ish properties on the market. And then so we go to 2017 and there's 1,690 properties on the market. And if you look at 2017, which is the low, versus 2019, that's a 63% increase in inventory. So, just taking the extremes and comparing them, like looking at the sales being a 46% drop since the height of the bubble, as far as the highest amount of sales. 2017 was our all-time low for inventory in the past, at least 5-6 years. And it's definitely coming back up, but 2,700 is still not close to like 4,500 or 3,500. We still have a ways to go. So I would suspect that number would keep creeping up because it's still not as high as it used to be. It's still kind of low inventory, you know, and we're not seeing the house prices drop as everybody's waiting for them. I know everybody's waiting for the prices to drop, but honestly, that inventory is still not as high as it would need to be completely balanced. You know, in my opinion, maybe we need to get up to the 3,500 level to kind of be closer to where we were used to it. So it's, you know, it's just a thought. It's just giving you guys something to look into or think about if you're trying to figure out the market. I mean, I kind of don't want to predict the market. I feel like in my opinion, it's really the pricing, I think, is when the mortgage rates go up significantly. If that does happen, I think that's going to be the biggest hit on pricing. That and inventory. But I mean, there are still, like, as I'm experiencing with my open houses, I'm still finding that there's a lot of people looking to buy. You know, the difference being with a lot of the people that come through, I used to find that the bulk of the people that would visit my open houses would be buyers working with realtors, looking to buy an investment property. There was a lot of people like that, especially condos. People were not buying a primary residence, they were looking for investments. And now, I'd say at least half of them are people who are market watchers. They're not even looking to buy, they're just looking to see what they might be able to get for a similar house because they're thinking of selling. Like, I'm hearing, and I can't really talk to people in open houses because the government's made it really difficult for us to actually have conversations with people, because it's like, it opens an agency can of worms. I'm not really allowed to, but you know, people talk outside or whatever, and what I overhear, even though I'm trying not to, is that a lot of people are trying to put their properties on the market, and they're planning and they're doing updates and renos quickly to try and sell. So in my experience, that's what I'm finding, is a lot of people are maybe going to buy, but they are predominantly getting their properties ready to sell. And I mean, it's summertime, that's normal, but I'm just saying that's a market shift from what I'm used to for my open house traffic for similar properties. So that's basically it for the Victoria market. I will note also that the benchmark home price for, you know, single family dwelling in the core of Victoria, it was $874,800 last year in April. So this April it's down to $845,100. So that has come down, but it's not a huge drop. But it is slowly tipping. Like, as everybody that I talk to is kind of saying, when are the prices dropping? Okay, well, if I'm just going on that one metric, from February, it's been decreasing slowly. Like, not huge decreases, like, you know, 3% or 0.3 or whatever, just like slowly. But January, it had increased just a little, not even 1%, but January was the last month that it had increased incrementally. From February, March, April, there have all been decreases. So I don't want to get anybody excited, because I know people are really hopeful to be able to buy something again, but it's, at least it's shifting in the right direction for buyers. Yeah, I mean, if you were to compare, like, when we're looking at 2016 numbers to 2017, like, even the benchmark home price between 2016 and 2017 kind of really had quite a jump. Like, 2016 was at 684,000 roughly, and in 2017 it had jumped to 805,000. So you can see how everything kind of shifts in line with these sales volumes and active listings. You know, it's really the inventory that kind of pushed people to buy, and it pushed the prices up. But you know, it will be a combination of inventory stacking up and mortgage rates that would likely push the prices down farther. But it's just not, it's not a crazy drop yet. I'm not shouting any exciting news from the skies. Like, it is what it is. It's slowly shifting. Other than that, what am I hearing in my meetings? Reverse mortgages are up like 28% since last year. A lot of seniors don't have enough to retire, so they're coming out with all these news articles and stats about reverse mortgages. I'm sure most of you know what they are. It's like, you know, if you're elderly and you have equity in your home, you can secure a loan against that, and basically it's like getting payments and you eat away at your equity. I hope people aren't abusing that if they are using equity in a home where it's highly inflated or the value's gone up crazy. You know, it's kind of like, I never like seeing old people do that kind of stuff, but that kind of thing is increasing, and the rates are not really very good. They're higher than HELOCs in general, so it's just something that I'm hearing about. The other thing that I noticed, if you're in Victoria and you are one of the people in your 30s or 40s who, not saying the people in the 20s can't afford it, but I'm meeting a lot of people that are my age in their 30s and early 40s who can't afford to buy anything. They can't save a down payment, you know, because rent in Victoria is so expensive for a lot of people that even dual income people with government jobs can't save enough to build up a down payment. So now what I'm seeing in my area in the West Shore of Victoria is a rent-to-own condos and apartments. So the one that I saw is in the West Shore, it's called Belmont Crossing, and it's rental apartments essentially. They're doing a rent-to-own situation where you can save or accrue 25% of your rent payment towards the purchase of a condo in the Belmont Residences, which is like a neighboring condo building. So that's kind of an interesting thing, and I am hearing a lot of people who are interested in that kind of arrangement, because if, for instance, you paid $2,000 a month, which is not all that far-fetched, and where we are, at least my neck of the woods, if you paid $2,000 a month and 25% of that is accrued towards a purchase, that's $500 a month. And so they're capping it out at 5% of the value of the property, but you know, roughly what I'm seeing, their math is like, if you're there for 30 months, that's like $15,000 that you can apply towards a down payment for one of these condos. I'm assuming they're like, I remember going to one of their meetings where they presented the property before it broke ground. It was like just a marketing kind of event for realtors, and they were roughly close to like $500,000. So that's kind of what they're offering there, at least, and it's interesting, right? So if you are in my area and you want to buy something maybe down the road and you don't have extra money to save, maybe you should check it out. You'll see it right by the Belmont Residences down by West Shore Mall. But anyways, I think maybe those will become more popular as Victoria kind of proceeds on. If it continues being so expensive, perhaps that's something that will become popular, who knows. But anyways, that's what I got for the Victoria market. If you hear or see anything interesting, you can always email me. I'm always happy to hear about it. I hope you guys are all having a good time, and if you are buying a property in the spring market, do make sure that you are putting in all the subjects that you can, and that you're taking your time in your decision, and you are, you know, not rushing anything. There's lots of properties to choose from right now. If you are a seller, my one piece of advice would be to, you know, price pretty aggressively. Do not try to get your absolute top dollar dream price right out of the gate if you want to move your property. Showings are significantly slower than I am used to, by a lot. You know, I kind of took a hiatus from listings, and I was working with a lot of buyers, and now with my listings, it's a lot. It's shifted a lot. The showings are not as voluminous as they used to be. So anyways, that's what I got. If you want to email me or get in touch, you know where to find me. My details are down below. In the meantime, have a great week, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye.